Hi, this is Helena Hart, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if a man isn't valuing you. I can't tell you how many women I hear from who are in this situation where they have really strong feelings for a man, or they might even be in love with him, and he just isn't valuing her or treating her with all of the love and care and respect that she wants and deserves in the relationship. So if this is something you're going through right now, just know you're not alone, and hopefully this video will be really helpful for you. But before I get started, if this is your first time to my channel, be sure to click the button to subscribe to get all of my videos and information on how to attract the man in the relationship you want. So I want to say first something I always say, and that is a man can't value you any more than you value yourself. Just like a man can't love or respect you any more than you love or respect yourself. So just like so many of my tools and information that I teach in some of these videos, it all starts with you really loving and valuing yourself first, then everything else really falls into place. And I know that's kind of easy for me to say, but what does that look like in real life, right? If it were that easy, we'd all be doing it already. Just like when people say, just love yourself and be yourself. If it were that simple, everybody would just do that. So I'm really all about giving you very concrete steps and tools to raise your value in your own eyes first, so that a man naturally sees you as this high value woman that he doesn't want to live without. Or if he doesn't see you that way, you'll get bored with him and lose interest. Truly, that's my hope for you. I don't want you hanging around any man who doesn't see your value and treat you accordingly, right? So this could look like not tolerating bad behavior or anything that doesn't feel good to you. And I know it can be easy to kind of slip into this where you don't like something a man is doing, or some way that he's treating you doesn't feel quite right, but you are afraid of losing him on some level, so you kind of just stick around and tolerate it. That's one of the worst things you can do when it comes to raising your value in a man's eyes. Even if he's a nice guy generally, and even if he really loves and cares about you, if he gets the sense that you're kind of tolerating bad treatment because you're afraid you'll lose him if you don't, that will completely cause his attraction and respect and value, perceived value for you, to totally fade. So you really want to be comfortable setting boundaries and really drawing that line for yourself, and letting him know, like, this is a deal breaker for me. This really doesn't feel good, and if this doesn't start to improve, I'm going to have to consider moving on from this relationship, or something like that. Of course, every situation is different, but in general, you don't want to tolerate anything that doesn't feel good to you, right? And a lot of times we can get stuck in these situations where if like a friend or a family member was in the same situation, you would tell them to dump the guy and move on. But I understand what it's like when you get caught up and you fall in love with a guy, or you just have strong feelings for him, and some of these things can slip in over time, and all of a sudden you're in this situation that doesn't feel good, but you also don't want to lose the man. So you want to step up for yourself and your own desires, and be really comfortable expressing your boundaries and being okay walking away if a man, doesn't want to meet your needs or honor your boundaries. Saying no to something that doesn't feel good to you is a really feminine energy quality. And when you do this in baby steps, if it feels difficult, just start in baby steps. You will start to see yourself as the high value woman that I know you are, and that you are deep down. And when you start to see yourself as a valuable woman, a man will either start to see you as a very high value woman as well, if he's the right man for you and he truly loves you. Or if he doesn't, you will just completely lose interest in him, and you'll feel like bored with him all of a sudden. It's pretty interesting how it works. I heard this great quote the other day, something like, when you start realizing your worth, you find it hard to stay around people who don't. And it really is true, especially when it comes to men and relationships. So that's the one tip I wanted to share today. When a man isn't valuing you, you want to raise your perceived value in your own eyes first, and then everything will organically start to fall into place. It's so much better than trying to convince a man of your value by talking to him about it and telling him you're a high value woman. If you've ever done that, you know that it doesn't work. That's just convincing behavior. It's masculine energy, sort of competitive behavior. And that will just push a man away. You have to really be authentic with this and feel your own value first. Then you'll organically be led to make the right decisions for yourself and say the right things. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know your thoughts and experiences with this in the comment section. I love hearing from you. And if you're ready to attract the man you want and inspire his love and devotion and lifelong commitment, check out my 3 keys to attract the man you want report and audio training. It's free on my website, helenahartcoaching.com. I'll post a link to that in the description of this video, so go check that out. That should be helpful for you no matter where you're at in your love life. So I hope this was a helpful video for you, and I will see you in the next one.